Hi, how are you? Thank you for joining me. This is Yoga Stretch Fusion, and I'm Jennifer Wagner. Today's class is floor only, so we're not going to get up and down from the floor. If you're not able to get on the floor, go ahead and grab a chair. You can do that from the chair or even your bed. Make sure to exercise within your ability, and if you experience any complications, stop and seek a physician right away. All right, let's get started. Find a space, get a chair if you need one, and then meet me back here. Welcome back to Yoga Stretch Fusion, floor only class. Again, you're welcome to use that chair if you need to at any time. Today we're going to start by laying down on the floor. So you're going to turn to the side. Start with your elbows first, and then come all the way down. Arms down by your sides, palms facing up, and just to kind of wiggle your body side to side a little bit. And we should do that because sometimes we don't know how to just kind of let ourselves go. We hold on to so much, either tension or pain. So just kind of wiggle all the way down to the hands and the feet. And then gently close your eyes. Deep breath in through your nose. And exhale. Inhale through your nose, your abdominals, your tummy goes up, expands. And then exhale, your tummy deflates, goes down. Again, inhale. And exhale. We do that when we let our stomach expand, we're letting our diaphragm relax. And when we relax the diaphragm, it gives more space for lungs to fill up. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to open our eyes. Arms and feet are going to come out wide, so like a star. 5 points. And I want you to stretch as far as you can through the toes to the fingers. Your neck is nice and long. Open up. This is a great stretch to do in bed first thing in the morning before you get up. Then bring your feet back together, arms up over your head, palms facing up. Now reach as far as you can beyond your fingers and toes. Full body stretch. Deep breath in and exhale. Arms coming in, you're going to bend at your knees, feet are flat. We're going to start with abdominal crunches, hands on your thighs. You're going to slowly curl up, reach towards your knees. Chin away from your chest so we're not straining the neck, and then slide back down. Again. So we're warming up through the core. We're going to go back and forth, and if you can, don't let your head rest all the way down. Your shoulder blades are going to come up off the floor as you use the abdominals. Now when you crunch, I'm going to think about you pull your belly button down, activating the core, your abs, and then we'll activate our back muscles and our thighs in a second. One more time, coming up, chin away from your chest. You should be able to fit your fist there. And then we're going to pulse up a little bit more, a little bit more of a movement back and forth, a little higher each time. There you go. Feel those abs firing up all the way down. 3, 2, and all the way down. Good job. So we'll start with that pelvic tilt now. Activating the lower back. We're going to start with the pelvic tilt and release. So if you have a pitcher of water right over the pelvic and then you tip your hips back, that pitcher of water will spill over. And that's the movement you're creating through the hip joint. And it might just be a really small movement. The hips are connected, a lot of muscle memory of moving those muscles. And the more and more you do them, one, more flexible they get, the stronger they get, but just the muscle memory itself can help you make that connection of moving those hips. Go ahead and pelvic tilt. You're going to lift your hips up just a little bit, and then you're going to rock your hips side to side like a swinging bridge. I want you to keep your knees right in there. Sorry, my pants are always moving when I go into that pelvic tilt position. Go ahead and center, and then we're going to go into bridge. Lift the hips up and down. Don't have to go very far, just a little bit if needed. Go further up if you can. Keep those knees and toes straight forward. So we're really activating the lower back muscles now. Everything starts from the core. Movement, strength. We're always using our core muscles, our back, our abs, and then we also have our powerhouse muscles, which are our thighs, glutes. Come up and hold, and we're going to pulse this movement now. So just like how we did the abs, we're just going a little further up each time, little movement. There you go. Excuse me. There you go. And then lower all the way down. Start with a full body stretch. Reaching as far as you can. Stretch those abdominals. And then bring your knees in toward your knees in toward your chest, and then pulling in. So a lot that happens with the dynamic stretching part of this class is that you're working the muscle and then stretching them. So they are strong, they're warm, but then we really stretch those muscles back out, and that's where you get that long, lean look, along with stretching out those joints. Go ahead and rock side to side. Inhale, exhale. Center, rotate your ankles one way. And switch directions. And then point and flex. Take your hands while you're doing the point and flex. So keep doing that. Take your hands to your back of your legs. And then you're going to start going up with the legs. We're extending the legs further up to the sky as we keep doing the point and flex. And then keep going as high as you can, straightening the leg as much as you can, up to the sky. Point and flex. Really feel that through. So when you're pointed, your shins, the tops of your feet are going to feel that. When you're flexed, it's the back of the foot and calves. Okay, keep pointing and flexing. Start to bend at the knee. Flexing, going down. There you go. Okay, relax the feet, point the toes. And then keeping those toes pointed, you're going to go straight up to the sky and then bend. Straight up to the sky. And I want you to engage your core, so you're pulling your abdominals in and up toward your rib cage, pulling those flat. And you're going to start feeling those legs working as you extend. And I want you to keep those toes nice and pointed. Think about like dancers, they have that long, lean look. Those muscles are nice and long because as they're working, they're stretching and working beyond. There you go. Let's do one more time. And then coming down and just a little break. Rock side to side, bring those knees in. Rock side to side. Okay, now we're going to do this with the feet flexed. Keep your feet flexed the whole time. You're going to go straight. So push the heels to the sky and then relax. Push the heels to the sky. Making sure that your knees and toes are lined up. It's very common to start turning the feet out and we're keeping them straight. So you're going to really feel those quads activate along with stretch into the back at the same time. Feel those legs working. Keep those feet flexed. Push to the sky. Feel the legs burning up. And that is the lactic acid working and moving and burning. And that's a good thing. One more time. Holding up there. And then little break. Good job. Place your feet back on the floor. We're going to go back into that bridge. So toes and knees are straight forward, but I want you to tuck your heels back underneath a little bit more. And then you're going to push those hips up to the sky. Now when it comes to your knees, if you do have any knee issues, pulling your heels closer to the tush might be a little strenuous on the knee joint. So only do that as far as you're comfortable. This is going to be more challenging, but I don't want you to hurt your knees though too. Lift those hips up a little higher. Support is right through the shoulder blades, so we're not writing in the neck area. Hands down by your sides. Lift those up a little bit higher. Keep those knees in. If you need to, imagine you have a ball in between your inner thighs and your knees. A little bit higher up. So we're really feeling the core working, especially the lower back. And then up a little higher. So abs are engaged. Pushing up, use the lower back. There you go. And then we're going to go all the way down. And then arms straight up to the sky. Chin away from your chest. We're going to crunch up, pull your belly button in and up towards your rib cage. So you're pulling everything down and up. And then you're going to reach towards the knees. And then we're going to go up over your head. And again, so activating those abdominals. This time coming up and hold. Up and hold. I want you to lower your hands, palms facing up. And then we're going to go side to side. So your fingers are reaching towards your heels. You're activating your obliques. Those are your corset or your abdominals that pull everything in. There you go. Inhale. Exhale. Center. And then we're going to pulse forward. Little movement. Squeeze, reach towards those heels, both hands at the same time. Good. Chin away from your chest. You can always have your fingers behind your head if you need to. Let's do one more. Hold and release. Full body stretch. Good job. Extending as far as you can. Inhale. Exhale. Deep breath in again. Inhale. And exhale. Feel it through the shoulders. Palms facing up. See if you can bring those hands to the floor. Feel that opening up to the shoulder joint. At this point, you're going to turn yourself towards me, so your body is turned to the side. Your bottom hand is underneath your head as your bottom elbow is straight forward. Bending at the knees. Top arm is straight up to the sky. And then you're going to open up to the sky. Open your chest, keeping your knees down and bent. Open up to the sky as you feel it through the chest and shoulder. Coming back forward, Drop your elbow, and then you're going to go a 90-degree angle in the elbow, palms facing forward, and then open up to the rotators. So you're pushing your hand back, elbows down, and release. And then open back up, big movement. Open the chest to the sky. Come back forward, drop the elbow, 90-degree angle in the elbow, and then you're pushing your hand back. Feel that in the rotators. There you go. And forward, and do one more big open. Good. Open the chest to the sky. Knees stay down. This time reach as far as you can away from you. Feel that stretch deeper into the shoulder joint and the chest. Elbows slightly bent, elbows soft. That way you can really get into the chest. Bring the arm up towards the head a little bit. Go deeper into that stretch. And you get further into the chest muscles and shoulder. And release. Take your top hand, grab a hold of your top ankle. Grab a hold of your ankle or your foot. Struggling with my pants today. And then I want you to bring your knee down and then pull your knee back as you push your hip forward. You're going to feel that through the front of the thigh into the hip flexors. At this point, pushing your foot into your hand. Pushing your foot into your hand. Bring that knee back a little bit more. Drop the knee a little bit more. Pushing your hip forward. And then push your foot into your hand. You're going to feel that deeper into the front of the thigh and hip flexors. Inhale. Exhale. Go ahead and relax the foot. Now let go of the foot. Place your foot right behind you. Top hand in front. I want you to slide your foot back and really open up through the hip flexors, pushing your hip out. Release, slide forward. Top foot goes straight up to the sky. And flex your foot. Take your hand to the inside of your calf. And then you're going to, wardrobe malfunction today, you're going to push up and forward. So you're pushing your calf into your hands as you push back and flex the foot. And you can come even further if you want. And release. Push yourself up from your side. That top leg is now going to come up and over. And then the opposite hand or arm is going to wrap around. So you can take your hand or you can wrap around, and then you're going to turn towards this top leg. And if you can, let the hip drop. Whew. I always end up feeling it. I don't know if you do, but with this spine especially, I let this hip drop, and I have like a little knot that I tend to get easily for that side, and it always just kind of rolls right over and releases it. Good. Take this top leg out, and from behind you're going to grab a hold of the top ankle, and then opposite arm's going to come up and over. Lift the rib cage first, and then reaching over. Feel that down the rib cage and into those obliques. Inhale and exhale. Taking your top hand lower down to the floor. Let go of your ankle, and then you're going to reach in between, so it's in between your side and your arm. And this shoulder's going to drop down as you look behind you and reach back. Spinal twist. See if you can drop that shoulder a little bit more and reach back a little bit more. And release. Alright, we're going to switch sides. Switch your legs around, and then we're going to go down to the floor right away. Still facing me. Bottom hand is underneath your head, and then your elbows straight forward. That way we're not straining the shoulder joint. Knees are bent. Top arm straight up. Make sure your chest and hips are perpendicular to the floor, and then we're going to open up to the sky. Just gently moving through. Come forward with the arm, Drop the elbow to the side, 90-degree angle in the elbow, and then you're going to open up, pushing the hand back. Here you go. Release, and then open big. And come forward. Drop your elbow, open. There you go. Release, and then open big again. This time we're going to hold that stretch, reaching as far as you can. Elbows slightly bent so that you get into that chest along with the shoulder. Inhale. Exhale. Release the arm. Good. Grab a hold of your top ankle and bring the knee back. You can always grab a strap if you need to, or towel if you're not able to get a hold of the ankle. You always can grab your pant leg too. I want you to bring your knee down first, then bring your knee back. As you push your hip flex forward, push your hip forward, and then push your foot into your hand. Feel that difference activating as you push into your hand. Now bring your knee down a little bit more if you can, and then further back, and then push your hip forward a little bit more, and then pushing your foot into your hand. There you go. Inhale. Exhale. These muscles get really tight really easily because we do so much sitting in our daily lives, and these are shortened muscles. So we want to stretch those hip flexors and quads out. Release the leg. You're going to push yourself up from your side. That top leg is now going to swing up and over, and then you're going to take your opposite arm and then hook your hand or your arm around. Turn towards your leg, and then let that hip drop down if you can. This one's a little easier for me than the other side. Inhale. Nice and tall. Exhale. Let that hip drop down. Release the leg. Bring your leg back and over. You're going to grab a hold of the ankle, and then your opposite arm is going to lift up and over. Lift the rib cage up first, and then reaching over. Feel that down through the rib cage and into those obliques. There you go. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Releasing the top arm, lower down to the floor. Your other hand, let go of your ankle, and then you're going to reach in between your side and your arm. This shoulder is going to drop as you reach back and look behind you. Inhale. Exhale. So you can go a little further, dropping the shoulder, reaching further back. Spinal twist. And release. Good. Go ahead. Sitting center. Start with butterfly, so bottoms of your feet together. And we're going to rock side to side, so a little bit more of a hip massage there. Good. Hopefully, since we've really stretched those hip flexors out, the hip flexors are not going to fire up as much when you go into this pose. So then it will let you relax and go further into that stretch. Center, and then knees up and down. And then we're going to hold. Grab a hold of those ankles so we're not pulling on the feet and creating that torque through the ankles. And then hinge forward if you like. Good. Inhale. Bring your knees in, legs out in front, toes are pressed down. And then you're going to slide down. Tuck your chin. Tucking your chin, arching through your back. Toes are down, knees are down. And I want you to just reach as far as you can, keeping your chin tucked. Feel that stretch through the shins and through your spine. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Sliding back. Flexing your feet. Inhale, lift the chest up to the sky, reaching as high as you can. Keeping your feet flexed so your toes are in towards you. Chest is lifted, arms by your ears, hinge forward. Lifting your chest up. Feel it through the back, through the hamstrings, through the calves. Inhale. And collapse down. Exhale. And sliding back. Go ahead and cross your legs comfortably. If you can, do not overlap them. You're going to sit up nice and tall. And gently close your eyes. Hands resting right on top of your knees. And just let everything go. Inhale. Exhale. This was a treat for you to take the time for yourself, doing something for yourself, taking care of your body, wanting to improve your health and wellness. Inhale. Exhale. When you're ready, slowly open your eyes. Inhale, reach for the sky, reaching as high as you can. And exhale. Good. Again, inhale. And exhale. One more time. And exhale. And namaste. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed the class. If you did, you can subscribe. Just click on that picture of me and you'll get notifications for the next class. Thank you. Have a great day.